Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Check it out, it's snowing outside. Thought I'd open up the window, let you see that beauty. So, what's the deal with this Omega wand? Now, I know what you're thinking. It's a scam. It's the placebo effect. They're using magnets. I know there's no science behind it. But wait! I would have agreed with you only a few short months ago, until I actually had the opportunity to experience this technology for myself. And I have to say there is definitely something more to it. Before I found out about this technology called AMwand fusion technology, I already had a more than a passing interest in quantum physics, biology, that sort of realm of things. So it didn't take long for me to understand how it works, why it works, and to wrap my head around it. But a lot of people at first are very skeptical, but you know what, that's okay. Skepticism's a good thing in this world we live in now where everybody's trying to just make a buck. But there really is something more to this. So let me just break it down for you really quick and let me just tell you how it works. Okay, so basically if it uses what's called 0-point energy. All right, and so the term 0-point energy was first coined by Einstein and his peers back when they basically took a high-powered microscope, and if you look at anything in this universe, such as like a table, you're going to see that it's actually made up mostly of empty space, and so they coined this empty space. They coined it the 0-point field. So what they thought back then was that this 0-point field was just empty space. There was there's the different parts of the atom, and there was all the space in between them. But what we now understand is that it's not empty space. What it actually more correctly is the reservoir for all the energy that powers mass. And so E equals mc squared. Everything is energy. Okay. And so what these quantum physicists who invented this technology were able to do is actually harness the 0-point energy and infuse that into a wide variety of products, such as their wand and their pendants and that sort of stuff. So that's basically the basics behind the science. And how that helps us is because since we are already all made of 0-point energy and our cells came from this 0-point field, what happens when you introduce this 0-point resonance into your body, it basically, we say, reminds the cells of their natural healing ability. Because there's so many things throwing us out of balance, such as the poisons in our food, in the water, in the air, Wi-Fi, cell phone radiation, all that fun stuff. So because of all those, we're not working at 100%. We're working at around maybe some of us maybe 50%, some of us maybe 30%, some of us less. So what this technology does is it puts you back into balance. It puts you back at that 100% where you you're able to heal yourself of any pain or disease. So this technology isn't actually healing you. All it's doing is helping you to heal yourself. And that's really the key to understanding how it works. And there's a lot of scientific research that you can look at that will validate this for you. If you I'll put some links in the box below. If you just look up the 0-point fields, you can look up research by Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, of course. I definitely recommend the movie The Living Matrix.
The placebo effect is really another way of talking about the body's self-healing capacity. And anything that unleashes more of that is going to be a better system.
But that actually talks about really how the wand works, how technology works. But these people had no idea that it even existed when this documentary was made. And it wasn't until after that when I saw it, and I know the Omega team saw it, they were like, wait, hold on, this is explaining exactly what we're doing. And now I know actually that the people who made that movie are working on making a documentary about Omega's technology. And these are some of the most well-respected scientists in the world in their fields. So that's a big deal. Some other people actually that are involved with introducing this technology is Mark Victor Hansen, one of the authors of Chicken Soup for the Soul, Brian Tracy, T. Harv Eker I know is involved in some ways. I know Bruce Lipton uses it himself, as well as I'm pretty sure Andreas Moritz. I will also put an audio interview that was done with a number of different doctors in the box below, and they talk about how they actually use this technology with their most problematic patients, and they are all from the U.S., I believe. And actually, there are something close to almost 2,000, I believe it was 1,700 last I heard, medical doctors who actually use this technology in their practice on a regular basis in the U.S. And there's even more alternative naturopaths, Chinese medical herbalists and acupuncturists, energy workers of all kinds, of course, and the list kind of goes on and on. So when I was actually first introduced to this technology back in, I believe it was March of 2009, it was a friend of mine who's a doctor. He called me up and invited me out to a demonstration. And he kind of told me, the basics of it. Oh, it helps people to heal quickly, blah, 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 that sort of stuff. And I was kind of like, yeah, whatever, okay, I'll come. And I didn't really know what I was going to. And honestly, when I got there, I was actually quite skeptical of what I was going to see. I trust my my friend, but what the things that he was talking about, I was like, really, you've harnessed the 0-point field. Because that's the kind of thing we thought was like hundreds of years in the future. So basically, we at the demonstration, I was actually able to see it for myself, which is really the only reason why I looked into it further. I actually did a flexibility test in which I saw just like in 5 to 10 seconds, my flexibility was like doubled. And other people's, their strength was like doubled. And people can say, oh, he wasn't pushing as hard or blah blah blah. But if it's you, then you know how hard they're pushing, and what the circumstances are. So that's really the only way that any of us can actually say for sure whether this is an Omega scam, or if this is actually a profound technology which can help the body to heal itself. The first time I used it, my jaw was, my wisdom teeth were actually coming in, and so I couldn't even open my mouth wide enough to put a spoon of food in it without forcing it open and being quite painful. And so I took a friend of mine's wand and, wanded myself for about 3 minutes. And at the end of 3 minutes, I went, and the pain was completely gone, and it never came back. So that's how I was, very much so convinced that this is more than just magnets, the placebo effect, and all that good stuff. This really is a profound technology that helps the body to heal itself. So, I started making this video because I saw that online there's a lot of people that have notions on what this technology is and how it works. A lot of people just say it's magnets. People just say, it's the placebo effect. People say, oh, they're just a bunch of scam artists. But these people are just, going off of their past experiences, being skeptical, which is fine. But you can say that, but unless you look at the large amount of research which is available on their website, then you can't be fully educated on your opinion. So basically, I hope I've covered some of the more frequently asked questions and that kind of stuff about Omega and Amwand's fusion technology. I myself was a skeptic until I looked into this further, and now understand that it is honestly a profound healing tool. Because I really believe that people should be out there experiencing this for themselves, because that is the only way that you will be able to understand it. There's no selling, you got nothing to lose, but what you have to gain is the ability to heal yourself and have your friends and family be able to heal themselves as well. So it's very cool. I've had a lot of fun just using the technology myself for the last couple months, And my friends and family have some miraculous testimonials. Maybe I'll post some of those or something. Anyways, give me a shout if you got questions. I hope you guys are having a great holiday season, and I'll catch you sometime soon.